Welcome to the pinnacle of human evolution. We've split the atom, put a man on the moon, and invented a stuffed crust pizza. Yet here you are, staring at a 4-inch glowing rectangle like it's a portal to your own execution. It's 11:42 p.m. on a Tuesday, and your entire self-worth is currently being held hostage by 2 tiny blue check marks. He saw it. He definitely saw it. It's been 17 minutes, which in anxiety time is roughly equivalent to 3 fiscal quarters, and the silence is louder than a Karen at a Costco returns desk. Welcome to the psychological gulag of the read receipt, a feature designed by Silicon Valley sociopaths who realized that the best way to keep us addicted wasn't through connection, but through the slow burn torture of being ignored in high definition. You sent a masterpiece. It was the perfect blend of casual, witty, and I'm definitely not spiraling. You even spent 6 minutes deciding if an exclamation point made you look too desperate, or if a period made you look like a serial killer. You hit send, and then it happened. The read timestamp appeared. The clock started ticking. Now your brain, that marvelous organ responsible for philosophy and art, has decided to spend its processing power imagining 47 different scenarios where he's currently laughing at your text with a group of supermodels. Or perhaps he's just fallen into a manhole, and his last dying thought was, "I'm glad I didn't reply to that cringe meme." This is the American dream, folks. We've traded the fear of saber-toothed tigers for the fear of the typing bubble that appears for 3 seconds and then vanishes like your father's interest in your liberal arts degree. Let's talk about that typing bubble. It's the ultimate psychological blueballing. It's the digital equivalent of someone taking a deep breath to speak, looking you dead in the eye, and then just walking into traffic. What was he writing? A confession of love? A grocery list? A polite way to tell you that your personality is the human equivalent of a check engine light? We'll never know, because now you're doing the digital stakeout. You're checking his Instagram story to see if he's active. Oh, look at that. He posted a picture of a lukewarm latte 6 minutes ago. So he has time to photograph bean juice and apply a Clarendon filter, but he doesn't have the 3 seconds required to type lol? This is a declaration of war. In any other century, this would justify a duel at dawn. Today, it just justifies you refreshing your feed until your thumb gets carpal tunnel. We live in a culture where available is the default, and busy is a lie we tell ourselves to feel important. If you're an American with a smartphone, your phone is less than 3 feet away from you 98% of the day. It's in your hand. It's on the nightstand. It's currently recording your bathroom sounds for targeted ad data. So when someone doesn't reply, they aren't away from their desk. They are actively choosing to let your message sit there like a piece of Tupperware in the back of the fridge that everyone is too afraid to open. It's a power move. It's the social hierarchy of the 2020s. The person who replies last has the most power, and the person staring at the screen wondering why they're being ghosted is basically the peasant sweeping the floors of the digital castle. And God forbid you see the green bubble. If you're an iPhone user and those bubbles turn green, the anxiety isn't just social, it's existential. It's the mark of the beast. It means the iMessage failed, or worse, they switched to an Android, and now your high-res video of your cat is going to look like a Lego set filmed through a potato. You start questioning if they blocked you. You start Googling how to tell if someone blocked me without looking like a stalker, which is a search query that should automatically trigger a 72-hour psychiatric hold. Before we dive deeper into the abyss of your own insecurity, do yourself a favor. If you're enjoying this slow-motion car crash of modern dating and digital despair, hit that subscribe button. It's the only notification you'll get today that won't give you a panic attack. And unlike your crush, we actually appreciate your attention. Now, back to the wreckage. The scene status has turned us all into amateur FBI profilers. You start analyzing the last scene time on WhatsApp like it's the Zapruder film. He was online at 2:14 a.m. I sent my text at 2:10 a.m. That means he had 4 minutes of consciousness where he specifically decided that my "Hey, you awake?" was less important than whatever subreddit he was browsing. We've become a nation of people who would rather have a root canal without anesthesia than then be the first one to double text. Double texting is the ultimate sin. It's the smell of desperation. It's the social equivalent of wearing a "Please Love Me" sandwich board in Times Square. So you sit there, staring at your own message, wondering if you can unsend it before the shame becomes permanent. But you can't, because the damage is done. You've put your heart on a digital platter, and he's currently using it as a coaster. Let's look at the generational divide, because it only gets stupider. Boomers use ellipses like they're running out of ink. See you at dinner, ... Does that mean dinner is at 6 o'clock, or does it mean I'm being written out of the will? We don't know. Gen Z, on the other hand, views a period at the end of a sentence as a physical assault. If you text a 20-year-old "okay" with a period, they will immediately go into therapy to discuss your aggressive and toxic communication style. We are navigating a minefield of punctuation where a misplaced emoji can end a 3-year relationship. You sent the face with tears of joy, but he sent the skull emoji. Are you laughing together, or is he mocking the very concept of your existence? The ambiguity is the point. The ambiguity is what keeps the pharmaceutical companies in business. The worst part is the selective replier. You know the type. They ignore your deep, meaningful question about the future of your relationship, but the second you post a spicy photo on your story, they're in your DMs within 30 seconds with a fire emoji. It's the breadcrumbing of the digital age. They give you just enough attention to keep you from deleting their number, but not enough to actually satisfy the human need for connection. It's like being fed one Cheeto every 4 days. You're starving, but you're still technically eating. We've outsourced our nervous systems to companies in Cupertino and Mountain View. We let an algorithm decide if we're having a good day based on how many likes we got on a photo of our lunch. We are the most connected civilization in history, and yet we are dying of thirst in a desert of read receipts. We've replaced actual intimacy with the vibe check, and let me tell you, the vibe is currently impending doom. You're not actually anxious about the text. You're anxious because you've realized that you're replaceable. In the time it took him to read your message and decide not to reply, he probably swiped through 15 other people who look exactly like you but have slightly better lighting in their profile pictures. So, what's the solution? Do we throw our phones into the ocean and move to a cabin in Montana? No, because Montana has terrible Wi-Fi, and you'd still be wondering if he replied. The solution is to realize that the visto is a reflection of them, not you. Maybe he's busy, maybe he's overwhelmed, or maybe, just maybe, he's a narcissist who enjoys the feeling of you squirming like a bug under a microscope. Either way, staring at the screen isn't going to change the outcome. Go outside, touch some grass, realize that there is a whole world out there that doesn't involve typing bubbles. Or don't, stay here, keep refreshing, keep checking the last scene. Keep convinced that the reason he hasn't replied is because he's currently being recruited for a secret mission to Mars and he can't risk the communication being intercepted by aliens. It's a comforting lie, isn't it? It's much better than the truth that he saw it, he thought, "I'll deal with this later," and then he forgot you existed because he saw a video of a golden retriever wearing sunglasses. In the end, we're all just ghosts in a machine haunting each other with notifications and expecting a piece of hardware to fill the void where our souls used to be. But hey, at least your battery is at 4%. That's a real problem. Go find a charger, and while you're at it, maybe find some self-respect. But who am I kidding? You'll be back in 5 minutes to see if those check marks turned blue. Good luck with the spiral. It's a long way down, and the Wi-Fi is spotty at the bottom.